And Jonathan, good to see you. Oxford is a bastion of free speech, or perhaps not, it seems. Astounding scenes playing out at the debate, no shortage of insults. Talk us through what happened.
I was booked to speak at that debate a while ago, and there were a few changes in the lineup. At one point, one or two of the speakers pulled out, as I suppose is normal in these sorts of things. But we knew that things weren't going to be good as soon as we tried to help them book replacements. So one speaker pulled out at quite short notice, which is when I suggested that we should reach out to Mossab Hassan Youssef, the son of a Hamas founder who had then spent 10 years informing on Hamas to the Israeli authorities to save lives and prevent suicide bombings. The union told me that they would invite him, I suppose agreeing that he would be a fantastic guest for them to have on our side of the debate. But of course, I was in conversation with him as well and found out that they never approached him. So in the end, we did manage to get them to book him. But that level of deception carried on throughout the preparations. And when we did arrive on the night in the chamber of that august debating society, meant to be a bastion of free speech, many prime ministers and leading members of parliament have made their way through the Oxford Union. We were faced by a hideous crowd, baying mob, who really weren't even there to give us a fair hearing. They were laughing, coughing, jeering, swearing at us in Arabic, cursing us all the way through from the word go. It was very clear that this wasn't an exercise in debate or free speech, but it was an exercise in trying to put on some kind of show trial of Israel.
And you mentioned Mossab Hassan Youssef, the author, of course, of The Son of Hamas. He took to social media following the debate, accusing the Oxford Union of being controlled by terrorist supporters. So what has the response been since the debate? Tell us more.
Well, plenty of people have been shocked with what unfolded, and what Mossab referred to there was interesting because it's not just hyperbole. He actually decided, knowing that we'd lose the vote, the actual vote where they leave at the end through a door of yes or no, whether they agree or don't agree, because they packed the room. It was a ticketed event. They'd hand-picked who would be there. They'd packed the room with people who were against us from the start. I saw about 4 Jews in the room, for example, sitting nervously at the back together. Many Jews had told me they couldn't or wouldn't attend out of fear. Now, that in itself should have been worrying for the organisers. But what Mossab did was he asked the crowd, having told them that he had saved lives by informing on Hamas, his father's own terrorist organisation, of which he was a part, he asked them how many of them in the audience would have given information to the authorities if they'd had it ahead of the 7th of October attacks, i.e. helped to prevent them. Only a few people put up their hands. I was one of them, but I don't think that was the point. So I think he demonstrated with that they really were supporting terrorism, because who wouldn't in their right mind, if they knew about the terror attacks, the massacres, the brutality of the 7th of October, who wouldn't report it? And those people in that room wouldn't have been in a fraction of the danger that he was, having done that with his own life. So I think he demonstrated it rather than asserted it.